When I tell you I love this tool, I mean I love this tool. And one of my favorite things about it is that it includes so many different things that are useful for productivity. Hi there, welcome to Breathe and Bloom, where we talk about all things growth, specifically how you can nourish all the areas of your life so that you can flourish in them. My name is Ashley, in case you don't know, and if you don't know, that means that you are new here, so I want to take a second to welcome you and to encourage you to hit the subscribe button down below. Now, today I want to talk with you about some of my favorite productivity tools, specifically tools that I use to manage my tasks, to make sure that I'm not forgetting tasks, and to track, the tasks that I accomplish, and so on. I did a separate video on task management, and it focused on an effective way for prioritizing tasks, so be sure to check that out if you haven't yet. Now, today we'll just be talking about how to manage the tasks that you have prioritized. So step 1, watch that video. Step 2, watch this one. Step 3, get the tools. Step 4, do the thing. Get the goals done. So this tool is called Basecamp, and it is a website as well as an app, and it is actually really great for collaboration. So if you work as a part of a team, especially if your team has recurring tasks, or if your team, works on shared documents and so forth, it's great for that. But Basecamp is also awesome for individual or personal use. Now, some of the things you can do in Basecamp, let me tell you, when I tell you I love this tool, I mean I love this tool. And one of my favorite things about it is that it includes so many different things that are useful for productivity. The most obvious use of Basecamp is for you to enter your tasks, or enter tasks for people on your team, or for people on your team to enter tasks for you. You assign it to whoever it needs to go to. You put a deadline on it, right? And you hit save. You can put some notes in there about why the task is important, what you need to do for the task, what the deadline is, if you have a soft deadline, hard deadline, what have you. Enter in your task and you have a bunch of ways to view them. You can view your task based on the project or the goal that it's related to, or you can view your task based on the deadlines, which is my favorite. You can view your tasks. You can see the task that you need to complete on today or next week or what have you. So I really love that. You can really quickly change the due date of your tasks, and it will keep a log of how often you change the due date. Again, if you're collaborating, you can assign the task to multiple people. So really great for putting in to-dos. And then, like I said, you can view your tasks by day, so you can see your schedule for the day, and you can actually integrate Basecamp with other calendars, and I'll talk about calendars in a second and some neat ways for using that, so stay tuned. So you can have everything all together. And so if somebody emails you or asks you to meet or something of the sort, you can have both the tasks that you need to get done as well as your other meetings in the same place. Ain't that good news? Good news. Now on Basecamp, you can also add meetings on there, so it can serve as a one-stop shop for everything, or like I said, you can integrate it with other calendars that other people use. So it's great for just having everything in one spot. And I am absolutely sure that I'm missing some good feature of Basecamp, but take my word for it, it is amazing. All right, so the next task management or schedule management tool is just calendar. there are lots of calendars out there. So if you are not interested in Basecamp and all of its many amazing features, and I mean, why wouldn't you? But you just want to manage your schedule, get a calendar, use a calendar. I have been using Google Calendar, which is also nice for collaboration for a bunch of reasons. You can add an event, you can set it to recur multiple times or to continue recurring until a set date. You can send Google invites to people. There are lots of benefits there. I sort of switched kind of to Outlook's calendar, and that's just because most of the people I work with in my broader department use Outlook. But also, you know, when I get an email in Outlook, I can just quickly set it as a meeting. It has that built-in function, and then it adds that meeting to my calendar. So I like that. And then Outlook will sort of give you reminders and such. The moral of the story is just get a calendar, figure out what works best for you. If you use Outlook, know that there's an Outlook calendar, and you can actually sync your Google Calendar to Outlook. I talked about Basecamp, you can sync Basecamp to your Outlook. So that's one of the nice things. Now, a nice thing with Outlook, this Microsoft suite, is that there's another app called Teams, and Teams also will show you your calendar, your Outlook calendar. So you can get it all nicely together. The moral of the story is schedule the things that are important to you. All right, let me give you a little bit of history. Now, my freshman year of college, I had this amazing professor, and she had us do this task that a lot of people thought were overkill, but honestly, it was so beneficial to me then, and I've carried it throughout my life today. And like, that's one of the reasons I can tell you that I use a calendar and I find it amazing. In my Google Calendar, so this is a good example. In my Google Calendar, I have my whole day planned. So I might give you a sneak peek. So I have my breaks in there, I have my classes in there, I have my recurring meetings, and then I can quickly go to my calendar and see that, oh, I have this block of time that I can schedule a meeting for. If I'm asked, or I've scheduled off this chunk of time to work on writing, and then I'll use some of my time management tools within that chunk of time to make sure that I'm actually using that time in the way I should. But calendar, great. Especially for me, the most important thing on there is that I've scheduled in some breaks. Now, the thing that this professor had us do is she had us on a piece of paper write out all the things, track the ways we spend our time, and then we highlighted the same things across the week, so we could see how much time we were spending on different things, and we could get those patterns, and then we could use a different paper version to set what we wanted to do. So we have to be realistic in seeing, you know, I spend half an hour a day just scrolling on Facebook. And so when I make my schedule for the way I want life to go, then I would probably scheduling some time for Facebook, maybe 10 minutes here and then 10 minutes in the afternoon. And so I know that the Facebook time is coming, and so if my fingers just go on and slip over to Facebook, you'll be like, no, Ashley, it's on your schedule, it's for later. So that's one tip as well. If you don't know what your life is like, you just go through the motions every day, and you end up at the end of the day being like, I feel like I was doing stuff but I don't actually know, then I suggest that you actually track it first and then set the goal. All right, that is all that I have for you today. I hope that you found some of this information beneficial. If you did, please let me know down below. And if you start to use any of these apps or tools, let me know. Until next time, continue to breathe and to bloom. Take care.